Today, we're going to be looking at the Olight Javelot Turbo 2. Now, the Javelot Turbo 2 is one of Olight's latest throwers, and the succession to the Javelot Turbo. It has 1800 lumens with a throw of 1500 meters, and it has some additional unique features that the Javelot Turbo did not have. So let's get into it. Now, the Javelot Turbo comes in this hard case to protect it. It's a pretty good quality case. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this up. Now, as you can see in here, we have the light itself, we have a holster, we have a remote control, we have a wristband, we've got the manual and charging cable. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove the light out of this protective bag. It's got a little film on here. Let me just take this off. I'll show you the reflector. Right in there. It's a nice deep reflector. Now, one of the unique features that I was hinting at earlier was this the fact that it's wireless remote capable. And if I go back into the box, show you this. Inside this little flap here, there's the wireless remote. Along with a lanyard. And it's got a wireless, or not wireless, but it's got a wristband you could use to put the remote in and then wear it around your wrist. I'm probably not going to do that. But what you do with this remote is it's a magnetic remote that just attaches right to the side of the flashlight like this, and it'll charge the remote when it's attached to it, assuming there's battery charge in the light itself. And then whenever you need to detach it, it'll be ready to go. Let me go ahead and remove the battery seal that always comes on the lights. Alright. Take that out. Now, one of the differences between this and the Turbo 1 is the fact that this battery is actually removable. So this is a 5,000 milliamp battery that's actually removable, and you could have a bunch of these and you can swap them out if you wanted to. Let me give you a good look inside. There is a spring down there, so it will offer you a little protection against drops. So I'm going to go ahead and screw this back on. Now, to show you the operation of this guy, very similar to the Olight Javelot Turbo, a light press on the tail switch will get you to low, and then a hard press will get you to turbo. Now, the battery's not charged because they never shipped the battery fully charged, but like a light press will give you low, and then a longer press will give you turbo, which is the 1500 lumens. There's also the side switch that if you just tap, as you can see here, it's got green illuminators that tell you how much battery you have left. And if you have left less than 10%, it'll turn to red. But yeah, these indicators will tell you how much battery is left. Now, in order to control the light from the side switch, you press and hold to turn it on and off. So this is on, and you tap it to switch between modes. So as you can see, I'm just tapping it, it's going between modes, and to turn it off, you press and hold. So it's just like the Javelot Turbo 1. Another feature that is upgraded in the Javelot Turbo 2 is the fact that it's got dual charging options. So you're able to charge it via magnetic USB charger on the tail switch, but also it's got a traditional USB-C standard. It's a standard USB-C port that you can plug right into the wall, and it'll charge it that way. Now this is a comparison showing the difference between the Javelot Turbo 1 on the bottom and the Javelot Turbo 2 on top. So as you can see, they're roughly the same size in length. Now to demonstrate how this wireless remote switch works, it's basically magnetic and it attaches right to the side of the light like that, and you can see the blue indicator coming on to indicate that it is attached to it. The light will not come on when it's attached and you press it. So you have to disconnect it in order for it to come on. Now this functions just like the tail switch in that if you press and hold, it'll be momentary. But if you just tap it, it'll go for constant on. Alright, well, I'm going to go throw this thing on the charger and I'll take it outside to show you what it can do. Alright guys, I'm out here with the Javelot Turbo 2. I'm going to shine this thing around, but first, I want to give you some context. This tree right here is about 20 yards out. This tree right here in the center is going to be about 50 yards out. And that tree down there is going to be 130 yards out. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and start it off on the low, which is 15 lumens. You can see it on the 20-yard tree, no problem. You can even see it on the 50-yard tree. The 130-yard tree, it's a little hard to make out. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I can see it with my naked eye, but it's kind of hard to get out there. I'm going to go ahead and crank this thing up. So this is 150 lumens. This is the medium. This is at 20 yards out. It's 50 yards out. It's 130 yards out. Now I'm going to crank this thing up one more time to go to high, which is 600 lumens. So this is 600 lumens. 20 yards out. 50 yards out. 130 yards out. Now to get to turbo, I'm going to go ahead and double click on this. So this is turbo, which is the full 1800 lumens. 20 yards, 50 yards, 130 yards. Alright, so I'm out here at a longer distance. Now if you notice that there are two sets of electrical towers in the distance. The first set is going to be about 170 yards out, and the second set is going to be about 330 yards out. So since the Javelot Turbo 2 is the thrower, I thought I'd give you a little bit more distance to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and start this thing off on low once more. It's probably not going to even make it out to the first electrical tower. Yeah, I can barely see it out there. I'm just going to go ahead and crank this thing up to 150 lumens, which is the medium level. So this is 150 lumens. I can see it on the first tower. I cannot see it on the second. I'm going to crank this thing up one more time. This is 600 lumens. On the first tower, I could see it very well. The second tower, I can see it a little bit. I can't really. It's hard for me to see that tower, but I can make it out a little bit. Now this is the turbo mode. This is the full 1800 lumens. Of course, it makes it out to the first one, 170 yards, no problem. And yes, I can see it out at the second one, 330 yards. I'm not sure how well this is going to come out on the screen, but I can definitely see it with my naked eye. It's making it out to 130 yards just fine. All right, so I'm just going to shine this thing around here. Alright, so this is the Javelot Turbo 2. Like this kind of content, give me a like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.